don't know why I can't hear that. I'm gonna have to call
Providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
That's right. You are listening to Caregiver Crossing. I hope that you're doing well and
thank you for joining us. Yeah, we're excited you're here.
If this is your first time hearing our voices, this is Caregiver Crossing, a show brought to you by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to discuss all things caregiving.
You should mention what Joyce House is.
Joyce House is an adult day service located in Indianapolis, 2 locations, one kind of midtown and then one towards the south side of town. We provide day services for individuals that are living with a life-altering diagnosis. So I say that, and most of our clients, our guests, are living with Alzheimer's or some sort of dementia. But we also see folks that are recovering from strokes, that are going through cancer treatments and just too weak to be at home by themselves. Somewhere on the autism spectrum, we've seen all kinds of things over the 24 years of service here. But we also provide caregiver support services. So enter Caregiver Crossing. That is why we are here. We have 5 caregiver support services, Caregiver Crossing, an end-of-life doula program, care kits that I'm sure you've probably heard us talk about before.
Oh, but you should tell us again.
Care kits are...
and everybody should have one of these, and Joyce House is happy to provide you with one.
Free of charge. I've shipped out several more this week.
Have you?
Over the last couple of weeks. So somebody's talking about them somewhere.
There are those that may have heard it for the very first time, what a care kit is.
So I will tell you, but go to joycehouse.org and you'll be able to see a picture of the kit and learn about all of our services. But care kits are template binders. They have template forms in there that... have a place for all kinds of information, end-of-life planning, doctor's notes, sleep trackers, financial planning. So we'll talk with Mike later and the show about all of that fun stuff.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Important caregiver information. So it's designed so that families can keep all of their loved ones' information in one place and not have to dig around or keep track in multiple places for those important documents.
It's priceless. Everybody should have one of these.
And again, they are free of charge. So give us a call, 317-254-0828. You can ask to speak to me, Candace, or you can just say, I need a care kit. And Dolores, our lovely receptionist, will get the information over to me.
That's Candace Hadaba, by the way.
That's me.
That's who she is. I'm Terry Stacy. Mike Lemaich is here.
Lemaich.
I knew it. Doggone it. I thought I had it.
He's not going to come back anymore.
Man, he is a financial planner, global fund management, and we are going to talk about, I'm glad you're going to sit here with us for a while.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me back.
This is such a time to talk about our finances during the holiday season.
Oh, let's not talk about Christmas shopping.
No, let's not. Let's not. But it has been such a great month. And this is such a fun time of year, obviously, no matter where you are. But it's such a nostalgic time of year. Mm-hmm. And I went to here in Indianapolis at our Indiana State Museum. They have replicated the Ellis Ayres Tea Room. And for so many of us that grew up in Indiana, and maybe even in the surrounding areas, back in the days, I mean, this place was 80 years old when they closed the doors at Ellis Ayres, downtown Indianapolis. And for so many of us that grew up maybe in the 60s and the 70s and even into the 80s, the storefronts would still be, have the mechanical, people and spinning and snow falling. And you spend a lot of time gazing at those windows, those storefront windows. But they also had what was called Breakfast with Santa at the Ellis Ayres Tea Room, which was a place, you wear your gloves and your hats and you'd go and come downtown and you'd have breakfast with Santa. Well, they've replicated this restaurant, the Ellis Ayres Tea Room, in the State Museum just for the holidays. And I saw so many generations of families from the little one on to great grandma. And they're all there and they're what feels so much like that old Ellis Ayres Tea Room. And they're getting a taste of nostalgia with the food, the original recipes they served back then. And it's really awesome to see, I talked to some of the kids. I did some interviews for Great Day TV. And when I was talking to some of the kids, they said, well, no, I've never been here, but my grandma loves this place, or my great grandmother, she's here with us too. And she's been. And so we have 4 generations of family here. And it was just such a great holiday experience. So it's open through December 31st if anybody is interested. And
That's cool.
the food's on a buffet now, so you get a little taste of everything, the chicken pot pies and the chicken velvet soup and the chicken salads and all of those little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And just that whole thing now is out for you to try. And
Did you go to the tea room when it was open?
I did. And so it was very nostalgic. It was very, it really just brought back everything because it is so well done, so created. It's like you're actually sitting still on the original furniture.
Oh, wow.
And it's just a little nice thing. I'm sure you all, did you do breakfast with Santas or Christmas with Santas or grandparents, part of that situation?
Something similar. Yes.
Something similar.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Are you from here, Mike?
I'm actually, I grew up in Florida. I'm originally from Florida.
Oh, really?
I lived in Chicago for the last 25, 30 years, and then I've been here in Indy for like the last 3. So,
So for a while.
little bit of
First
movement,
time you
yes.
saw snow was in Chicago.
Yes.
When you're
yes,
up in that area.
Yes.
Or snow, at least during the holidays,
Yes.
right?
It was a big shock.
Oh, I bet. Ooh, I do not want to do that. No Chicago during the winter for me.
No, but it's fun to used to be fun to take the train from Indianapolis to Chicago. It cost you $40, and you'd spend the day shopping in Chicago and then get back on the train and come back home at night. Because Chicago's so beautiful during the holidays.
Oh, I bet.
So spectacular. It's a fun trip. You might want, if you're interested in that, they may still do that trip.
I'll look at that. I
fun.
can't get Doug to go to east or west of Indianapolis. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then, wow. That's going to be rough. He did take you to the Speedway. He did take you out to the Indianapolis
against my
Speedway.
will. That was not my idea.
In the west side of town. Oh, boy. Anyway, I hope you're all enjoying the holiday, feeling the holiday spirit.
Yeah, we're just a couple weeks out from Christmas. Are you done shopping, both of you?
Almost.
Yeah, just about.
Almost.
Just about. It's the wrapping now. I used to think wrapping was so much fun, but wrapping is not fun for me anymore. No, it's a chore.
Drop it all in bags.
A lot of bags come out of my house.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to give it to you in the store bag that I bought it in. I'll tape it together so it looks like it's
You are
wrapped.
too young to have that attitude, young lady.
I'm done wrapping, and I'm ready to retire. That's it. All right, we have got a very interesting show for you today.
Yeah.
Mike's going to stick around. Typically, we have guests for segment 3 and 4, but we've bumped Mike up to segment 2, 3, and 4 because we've got so much to cover. But we'll be right. No, we still have a couple minutes.
Oh, we still have a couple minutes?
Have a couple minutes.
Okay.
So,
well, explain what he's going to do. We're going to talk some of the things we're going to talk about, Mike, because I know this isn't always fun conversations, but they're necessary conversations.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about this particular coming up next break?
well, I want to talk about prepping for retirement, which
Okay,
is
that's
really
fun.
fun.
Okay.
And then later in the show, we're going to talk about at the end of the year tax spending and credits.
Oh,
and
that's
everything
good.
That I'm really curious to know what there is available for caregivers in terms of any
Ooh.
kind of tax breaks,
too.
I guess, or credits, I guess is what they're probably called. So we'll jump into our conversation with Mike right after the break. But you're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit Caregiver Crossing Radio to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and so much more. That website again is caregivercrossingradio.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after this.
Hey, welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy along with Candace Preston. Or Candace
Nope.
Preston, wait, no.
Not anymore.
Hadabaugh. She's only been Hadabaugh for how many years?
It's a long time, feels like. A long time, but then no time at all.
Yeah, I get that. I do. Anyway, I'm going to take 2. Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy along with Candace Hadabaugh. And we're glad you're here with us as well. You know, a lot of you know this. Your golden years are supposed to be relaxing, right? But many people are worried about retirement, and rightly so. I'm in that position right this minute. From paying medical costs to finding a new sense of purpose, retirees face a lot of challenges. And with the end of the year quickly approaching, we want to make sure you take advantage, or sure to take advantage, I should say, of all possible tax credits. We've got so much info to cover in the remainder of the show, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the conversation with our favorite financial planner, Mike Lemaich.
You did it.
Perfect.
I'm proud of you.
Mike Lemaich is here, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks
Thanks for spending some time with us.
Sure.
It's holiday time, I know, and so everybody's busy. I want to ask about planning for retirement. I have found is very stressful, and but on an average, I think this is what I've done wrong. On average, do people start worrying about it just a little too late?
In a lot of cases, yes.
Okay.
They worry about it a little bit too late. We always want to get started as early as possible, but it's never too late to get started, right? So no matter where you are, let's start working on it. Let's create a plan and let's move forward. And
So it'll be less stressful.
Absolutely.
By just starting early.
Never too early? Is that what
It's never too late.
Never too late.
Never too late.
late.
The earlier the better.
So
but never too late.
Yeah. So what's earlier mean?
Yeah, what's earlier mean? I feel like I'm already late.
Oh, I'm really late.
I mean, as soon as you start working, right? We're putting money into the 401k,
You're right.
The IRAs.
We don't
right?
even think about that, though, right? We don't even think of
Sure.
what that really is for.
Sure.
We just know that the place we're working is taking out a little money and putting it in a 401k for us. For so many of us, we're not even really sure what that is when you're 25 years old.
Absolutely. So, but at least we want to try to start and get something going. But by the time we're 45, 50, we want to be well into it. But again, if it's later for you, we got to get started. So it's never too late to get started.
So what about the folks that aren't working for a company that has the 401ks? How can they start to save for retirement without maybe the company match or some of those options?
That don't have a 401k, so
Yeah.
then you would be saving into an IRA, so an individual retirement account,
Gotcha.
right? Putting or a Roth IRA. If we're worried about taxes later in life, then a Roth IRA is definitely maybe a better option going forward.
What's scaring people right now? Inflation. I mean, the news is not good about much of anything. So what is really worrying people right now, you think, when it comes to finances?
Sure. Well, we have much higher interest rates. We have inflation, right? There's been a recession that everybody's been talking about for the last 2 years that hasn't hit yet, right? So there's a lot of uncertainty, right? A lot of turmoil in the world in general. So I think that's creating a lot of fear and anxiety just across the board.
Yeah.
What is your professional opinion about that? To me, I'm like, get over it. Like, we got to save. We got to still live our lives.
Right. You can't worry about everything to where it paralyzes you, right? We just got to kind of do the best we can, move forward, and do what we can, right? And then we can do the best that we can.
I'm sorry.
No, go. I've got so many questions.
I know you do, and good ones too. So let's say that you are 23, 24 years old, and you are just now, you're getting that first time job. How much of your paycheck should go into a retirement account of some sort? Is it 10%, 25? What is it?
As much as possible, as much as you're comfortable with. I think the more important thing is getting started, where it turns into a habit, where it's automatically coming out of the paycheck on a monthly basis. So you're used to saving money, but we want to try to max out those accounts as much as possible.
Okay.
And I think for a younger person, again, if you have a 401k, you can do a traditional 401k or a Roth 401k. I would tell the younger person definitely be putting money into the Roth. I think we want tax-free accounts going forward.
Okay.
Because taxes are going to be a big issue, in my opinion, going forward.
Okay. So many of our listeners are in that sandwich generation where they're raising the little one, the young one, and then they've also caring for their elderly loved one as well. Right. I think, Candace, right?
Yeah,
sandwich generation.
you're right
a lot
on.
of listeners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How do we feel about the high yield savings accounts?
Oh, look
that I've
at
been
you
seeing
asking such a
online?
good question.
I've been seeing them everywhere.
So I like high yield savings accounts, right? Now we have a real opportunity to actually save some money and earn some interest. So that's a great option for money that you have that you're looking to save, that you want to keep liquid, right? That you may need somewhere down the road. That's a great option. A year and a half, 2 years ago, you couldn't earn any interest.
Yeah.
Now you can earn some interest. So yeah, good option. Very good option.
And the online banking is okay?
Sure.
We can trust that?
Yep. As long as it's FDIC insured,
Right.
right, and so forth. Yeah. No problem whatsoever.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Terry, you're up.
I'm talking thinking about my mental health now. How I feel about the word retirement emotionally. No, and financially. And that's just it. It gets here before you know it. It's time, and now you've got a couple years before you can officially retire. But after spending the majority of your life working and saving money, that can be difficult, right? I mean, now all of a sudden, like me, it's here, it's time. And now looking back and thinking what I shouldn't have done and should have done.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, it's a big adjustment, right? You've been working and saving your entire life. Now you've stopped, right? You're not working anymore, and now you're like, okay, it's a retirement time, right? It creates a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah. Common mistakes. Can we talk about them?
Let's do it.
Some common mistakes people make when saving for retirement, and so where do we start with that?
So I'd say that one of the more common mistakes I see is people, they invest in a 401k, but they don't invest enough to get the full match from their company, right? So everybody wants to have the bigger take-home pay, especially now.
I know, we do.
With higher rates, higher inflation, right? We need more money, right? But I think it's a mistake not to invest at least enough to get the match from your company, whatever that is, the first 3%, they give you 100%, because that's free money that you are getting from your company.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we get it, right? There's not too many places we can get free money.
Yep.
So we want to at least invest up to where you're getting the full match from your company going forward.
Okay. And for us younger folks, when we leave that company, we can take all of that with us?
Correct. You can actually, a lot of times you can leave it in the 401k if you want to. You can roll it to an IRA, or you can actually take it, if you move to a new company, move it to their 401k. So it's completely portable that you can, take it with you, and you should. Because a lot of times we see kind of the second problem is people will either cash out those 401ks and spend the money, right? They take the money out early, right? And not only do you pay the taxes, if you're under 59 and a half, you're going to pay an additional 10% penalty. So we want to stay away from it. We want to leave those funds, the funds for retirement, we want to leave alone, let them grow, and leave those funds intact. I know there's emergencies, and sometimes we have to do that. But if you have a smaller 401k, you're like, well, I'm gonna cash it out and use it.
Yeah.
What's the no? Try not to do that. So that's another mistake that
big mistake. Took out $6,000 of it to buy a hot tub when I was like 35.
Do you still have said hot tub?
Oh no, and that $6,000 just gone. But young, 35. I'm like, I got all the money. Look at this pot of money.
Yeah,
it was such a mistake. Such a mistake. Now I learn.
Hey, you live and you learn.
You live and you learn.
That's what you got. Any other mistakes people are making when they're preparing?
So I would say another one is having no tax strategy. So there's, not many things as an investment advisor that I can guarantee you, right? What the market's going to do, what the economy's going to do. But I can, with strong conviction, tell you that I believe that tax rates are going higher in the future, and maybe dramatically higher. We have a lot of debt. The debt is at $33 trillion right now.
Yikes.
At some point, someone's going to have to come and say, look, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to raise your tax rates. So I think looking at, as I said earlier, instead of investing in the traditional 401k, putting it into a Roth 401k.
Okay.
Right? Those accounts grow tax-free. They come out tax-free. Now, if you have 401k money, IRA money, I would be looking at doing what are called Roth conversions, where you convert your IRA money to a Roth IRA. Now, you will pay the tax on that move. But I think we have a huge opportunity. Now is the time. If you ever thought about doing a Roth conversion, now is the time, right? You want to get rid of your partner. Who's your partner? The United States federal government.
I went right to my husband, David. You want to get rid of David?
I don't want you to get rid of your husband. No.
Hey, Mike, I want to ask about, we're talking about Roth IRAs and the conversions, the Roth IRA conversions.
Sure.
Is it ever too late to start a Roth IRA?
No, it isn't. As long as you have income from a job, some type of, either 1099 or W-2, you can put money into a Roth IRA.
Okay.
Now, there are some earnings limitations. If you make a lot of money, they start to phase that out. But Roth conversions, anybody can do those.
At any age?
At any age, anytime, as much as you want to. So Roth conversions. And again, that will then grow tax-free for the rest of your life, comes out tax-free, and will pass on to your beneficiaries tax-free.
Okay.
And again, if you think tax rates are going higher, very beneficial for everybody.
Okay, good.
Mike,
Thank you.
Do you recommend the high yield savings or a Roth?
Well, so you could actually have a Roth account that has a high yield savings as the investment vehicle on the inside. So all those earnings would be tax free. So the Roth is just an account, and then you can put an investment vehicle on the inside. So your high yield savings could go inside your Roth. So
whatever interest I'm earning from the money would go into the Roth,
and it would be tax free. So yeah, you can open up.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're getting a 6-7% yield,
a note.
Yeah.
right? That's all tax. That's tax free income, and it's tax free forever.
That's good. That's good.
From a
She's writing a note.
high yield.
Yeah, so if you open up a Roth account, you could send it to the high yield bank. Say, look, I want to open a Roth IRA. I want to use the high yield savings account as the investment vehicle.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, as the car.
You could use stocks inside of a Roth IRA. Whatever you want to put inside of a Roth IRA will grow tax free.
I did not know that.
Now
Why
you
didn't we
know.
have Mike back earlier?
Well, I don't know. But you're taking notes this time, and that's good. She won't forget.
Oh, goodness. Let's switch brainwaves here for just a second and talk about last minute contributions and adjustments for this year to our savings and retirement plans.
Okay.
What do we need to look at, and potentially change?
So last minute, right? If we're putting money into either an IRA or 401k, we want to make sure we max fund as much as possible because you will get a tax deduction off of that. Also, HSA, health savings account. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure we put money into that. Also, that's an account that you get a tax break, grows tax free, and then comes out tax free for healthcare expenses. So awesome account. Okay. So I think everybody should have an HSA for sure. Yep.
Write it down, everybody. HSA. Okay. Are there financial planning tools or products that can help family? Let's talk about the caregivers. The family caregivers.
Sure.
Help them save for both their retirement and potential caregiving expenses, which can mount up.
So I'd say, and again, one of the bigger mistakes that we see is not preparing for long-term care. Yeah. Right. And again, if they say if you can make it to 65 now, you have about a 7 in 10 chance of using some type of care, home health care, adult daycare, assisted living, nursing home, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. And the reason is because we're living so much longer. Right. The fastest segment growing part of our population is people turning 85, and the second fastest growing is people turning 100.
Isn't that something? How many people now are over 100?
I didn't realize
104,
that.
105.
Yeah,
and that was so rare not that long ago.
Right. It's pretty amazing. So if you can make it to 65, right, you're likely to live to your late 80s, 90s, if not 100.
Oh, I like hearing that.
Do you really?
Knocking on wood. I want a good quality of life, but it seems that so many of those that are over 100, they're leading a pretty good quality of life.
Sure. Absolutely. But I think we need to prepare. And long-term care insurance is where that comes into play.
Most of those 100-year-olds are living with care.
Sure, I think no question.
Yeah,
and I saw both my grandmothers live to their late 90s, and both had extended stays in nursing homes. Both had dementia. So I've seen it up close and personal. Now I know most people we hear long-term care insurance and they hate it, right? Because it's a bill that they have to pick up in retirement, right? And if you never get sick, that money's lost, and people don't like that, and I understand that.
Yeah, I get that.
But there's been some big changes in the kind of the long-term care market. There's what's called hybrid long-term care, where you take an asset and you reposition it, and it'll be leveraged for long-term care if ever needed. Just to give you an example, let's just if you have $100,000, you put it into a hybrid long-term care account. I call it the long-term care tripler, because this is an account that will just earn interest. It's like CD type interest.
Okay.
But if you ever need home health care, adult daycare, assisted living, nursing home, whatever it may be, the account will triple in value. You have a pool of $300,000 to use for long-term care.
Long-term care. Oh, right. I couldn't take it out then for a hot tub.
You could take the 100, but not the 300.
Why? Why does it triple?
It triples you triggered if someone, and a husband and wife can be on the same policy, but if someone needs some type of care, the pool of money will triple for long-term care. And you have that asset available to you.
And that's called a hybrid?
Hybrid long-term care.
Long-term care.
Yeah. And can you leverage a home that you may not want to sell? But
no, we can't leverage the home. It's got to be an asset that you can, let's say cash, right? Like your hybrid savings account, just as an example.
Okay.
But as that account grows in value, so we earn some interest because it's CD type interest. Let's say it grows to $150,000. It's whenever you need the care that'll triple in value. So in that scenario, you'd have a pool of $450,000 to use.
Oh, okay. Just when we need it is when it triples.
Yeah.
Right. When you need it. Now, if you never use it, your family gets the money. If you pass away, that $150,000 is left for the family. So it's perfect for people who don't want to pay for long-term care insurance premiums, but think maybe I should put something in place.
It's not bad.
That's a really good idea because you like you said, you hear about long-term care insurance and it's a great idea, but what if you don't need it?
Right.
And like
such
the
a
money's
gamble.
gone.
Oh, it's such a gamble. Insurance is such a gamble.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everything is such a gamble.
I think you get the best of both worlds here. So you get some
Sounds like
coverage,
it.
but the benefit is still there. The money is still there. You know, if you want to take a trip around the world or whatever. I mean, there's some limitations on how the money's got to be there for a little while and so forth.
Okay.
But that. I think 95% of the long-term care planning that we do are those types of vehicles for people. Yeah,
love it.
People love those.
I do too.
Let's talk about tax implications for family caregivers.
Okay.
What do we need to be keeping in mind for that and potentially caring for your loved one?
So there are some potential tax deductions for caregivers. Okay. Yeah. And now you'd have to itemize, and I think you really need to talk with your CPA and your accountant, right? But there are some tax deductions for you that can be used. And what I kind of see here is a lot of times people wait to the last minute to learn about what's available. Like if you think you might potentially be a caregiver, you should be talking to your accountant now. Like, hey, I might be taking care of my mom or my dad. What are the possible tax deductions that I can use?
What if we don't have an accountant, Mike?
Then I guess you could call me, and you could.
Mike will help you.
We will definitely help you look at all those tax deductions. So,
Okay.
But there are definitely deductions for caregivers that are available.
Okay, it's Mike Lemaich. I'll introduce him again. Since anybody wants to call Mike Lemaich, we'll get the number in a minute. Global Fund Management. Please, Candace, go on. We need to take a break,
I was going to ask Mike for his phone number, and we'll wrap up for this.
Okay,
segment.
let's do.
Sure. My direct phone number is 800-279-4912. I can give him my cell phone if you want that too, or no. Okay.
That's up to you. You want people calling your cell phone?
Yeah, maybe not the best idea.
It's okay. It's all right. 800-279-4912. We'll take a break. We'll get into a break. And when we come back, though, I want to ask about tax credits or deductions specific to retirees. We'll get that answer when we come back.
Great.
All right. Before we take a quick break, I want to thank I want to thank Cardon and Associates for being our title sponsor for the show. Cardon and Associates provides residents around the nation 20 communities owned, operated, and managed in the Midwest. You can learn more about Cardon and Associates by visiting cardon.us and to find a community near you. Stay put. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Caregiver Crossing. I'm Terry Stacy. Candace Haddabaugh is here. And if you've been listening, our friend Mike Lemaich is here. He's an independent financial planner. Global Fund, although I bet it is fun. Global Fund Management. Thanks for sticking around through the whole show.
Thank you.
Bless your heart.
Thank you.
I do want to ask this question. We were just to finish up that particular segment. Are there any tax credits or deductions specific to retirees that I should be considering before the end of the year?
So there are a few things you can do. So if you are charitably inclined, you can obviously give money to a charity, but I will say this: it has to be bigger than what your standard deduction is, and for most people, that's not. So if you give away $1,000, you're really not going to get a write-off.
Oh,
so right, because it's got to be bigger than your standard deduction. And it's, so
is everybody's standard deduction the same or no?
Everybody's standard deduction is the same. $13,800 is for each person.
$13,800.
So yeah, it's got to be more than that for you to get a charitable deduction.
That much money.
Well, holy smokes!
So
did that change? Has that changed recently? Because I had everything. I mean, even if I add $1 to the PetSmart when it says, "Do you want to donate to our charity?"
Now, I'm not. You should definitely donate to charity. You're just not getting the.
It's just I'm going to get that tax
deduction,
and that's really what it should be. You're doing it from your heart. Okay, I'm going to quit complaining. But $13,000.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to meet that.
Now, so a lot of clients, what they do who are very charitably inclined, instead of just maybe they're giving $5,000 away a year, they will bunch them up where they give maybe $20,000 in 1 year, and that'll count for 4 or 5 years to get the deduction.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
So another way is if you have an IRA. At 70 and a half, you're eligible to do a qualified charitable distribution. So you can pull money out of your IRA, send it directly to the charity. They get all the money. They don't pay any taxes, and you do not pay any taxes on that I'm pulling that money out of your IRA. So it comes out tax-free. The money doesn't go to you. It's going to the charity,
Right.
but you're getting a tax break. So that's really the best way to do it.
Okay.
And that's
That
only
is a good
beneficial
way.
if you're over 70.
Yep, you got to be literally 70 and a half or older.
Okay.
Now at 73, for most people, they have to take out what's called a required minimum distributions. So the government's going to
Who decided that?
Uncle Sam.
You turned 70. Hey, happy birthday. Give us more money.
So that's that's why, again, I think Roths are more important going forward because you don't have to take out a required minimum distribution. But with IRAs, you do because that's the government's plan.
Okay.
They want you to grow that account and then they force you to take out money to pay taxes. So what you can do a qualified charitable distribution. So let's say you had to pull out $20,000 from your IRA or 401k. Just as an example, you could send that directly to the charity. They get it tax-free, and then you take out the money, no taxes due to you, and you have satisfied your required minimum distribution. So you've taken out the money that you had to. The government's going to force you to, but you don't pay any taxes on that. Now, maybe you don't want to give all that money to the charity, right? So you say, okay, I'll take $10,000 for me. You're going to pay taxes on that $10,000, and I'll send $10,000 to the charity. And again, you won't be taxed on that $10,000. You're still satisfying what's called your required minimum distribution.
So, could I take that 10,000 and air quotes gift it to my children,
Oh,
and they
give it
put
back?
it somewhere and then give it? I mean, like for my care,
what you're
if I
doing.
need my care.
So
Is that illegal?
it's not illegal, but unfortunately, no. It's got to be
Smart.
a charitable institution. So it's got to go.
Okay.
And it's got to go directly
Yeah.
to the institution. You can't touch
Legal.
the money.
Okay.
Right. So it's got to go to them. Maybe your college or whoever you want to give money to. So,
Okay.
but yeah,
But not your
I wish we
kids.
could do that because that would be a good. I would like that
Well,
strategy, right?
That's why I should make some laws.
You should. I know where your heart is, and I love it.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but that's a few ways to get some tax deductions, for retirees
Okay.
and so forth.
Okay.
Going forward.
Good.
did not know that.
Oh, boy, that made me tired. Oh, it's not over.
It's not.
Let's go.
We got some more. We're going to talk about Social Security benefits.
Oh, how about that?
Fine.
Okay.
Let's do it.
What kind of tax implications comes with that?
So first, Social Security, we want to try to, in general, we want to try to delay as long as possible, right? We want to get that benefit as big as possible.
Okay.
So delay, like pulling from it.
Pulling from it.
Okay.
So for most people now, age 67 is when you can take your full retirement benefit. That's your full, and you can delay till age 70. And if you delay it to age 70, you get an 8% increase each and every year. So it continues to build. So we want, again, if we're going to live to 85, 90, 95, delaying that Social Security is going to be a big, important part of that.
Okay.
You can take Social Security as early as 62, but you get a much smaller payment. But so there's some strategies there. Maybe, the husband and wife maybe one takes it early. The person who has the bigger benefit delays it to 70. So there's some different strategies that we can do there.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any changes in my financial situation or life circumstances that may affect my tax planning for the current year and beyond?
Okay. So as far as
Like, do you have an example, Candace?
Let's say, so my husband's getting ready to retire and he's not going to have income. Well, in theory, not going to have income next year.
Sure.
What does that look like for us moving forward into 2024?
So again, that would be a great opportunity for some Roth conversions because your income would be lower.
Okay.
Right? So
Oh, that's right.
You would be in a much lower tax bracket. So because
Okay.
if he's not working, right, there's one less income coming in. That may be an opportunity to look at some Roth conversions for sure. That's
Okay.
And I hate to kind of keep going to the
No,
to the
No,
Roth.
It's
I'm
just
liking the Roth
you're helping
conversions.
us to understand what
Sure.
a Roth is and a Roth conversion is.
Right, so-
and it's actually, it's good. This is good news that it's there.
Because
that we
I have a lot
it.
of my clients, they retire and they're actually in the 12% tax bracket. And they actually have some room left in the 12% tax bracket to do Roth conversions. And I think that's a gift. If you can get rid of your partner at 12%, when I think rates could be 30 or 40 or 50% in the future, we want to try to take advantage of
Keep
that.
saying get
And
rid of your partner.
I'm like, peace out, Doug.
And not that I don't like
He's
our
mentioned
partner.
that twice in the last half hour.
Right.
Hey, how do we get a hold of you?
Well, you go to our website, www.gfm, which stands for Global Fund Management, gfmsafemoney.com. So that's our website. We have some free resources on the site. We have a long-term care toolkit that you could order. It's a book that I wrote and with some other, some information. You just kind of give us your name and address, and we'll send it out to you. No cost, no charge.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
GFMSafeMoney.com. You can also call them at 800-279-4912. We appreciate you.
Oh, thanks very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
coming in.
Right.
So
And we'll
thanks
be
a lot.
sure to have everything linked in the show notes. So you can just click an email and his phone number will be listed there as well. You want to wrap us up?
You do it.
All right. As we close the show, we just want to remind everyone that you can contact Tina, who's not in right now, but I'm sure her email will come to me, tina@joyshouse.org, or you can call us at 317-254-0828. As always, we want to be sure to thank Cardon & Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. That's it for us this week on Caregiver Crossing. Until next time, take good care of each other.